Logic, episode 44, part 7, Central Park, Music, and Papa Smurf. The next day was Halloween, and I wanted a day filled with music, so off I went to Central Park. As I went into the subway, there was a guy playing a guitar. Yeah, this is starting out right. When I got off the subway, there were two teenage girls on the corner, and one asked me, "Are you Jewish?" Now, I'm from the South, so when that question is asked to me, it is usually because someone wants to tell me about their religion and how I can be saved. So defensively, I answered, "Yes." And she goes, "Oh, you are? Here's a present," and proceeds to hand me Shabbat candles with the message on them: "Take time to do what makes your soul happy." See the candles? See? Isn't that sweet? After I had a bit of a wander, let's be honest, I got lost. But I ended up in the prettiest neighborhood and saw a celebrity. She was so pretty, and there was a lot of eye contact. Then I finally made it to Central Park. Shut the fuck up. I am in Central Park on Halloween in fucking New York. It was at this time and another time in D.C., high on the hill in Arlington, that I had this thought. I have spent the last 13 years only looking at and caring for my late husband and dealing with his family. There was a time when my world was so small and specific. Well, look at me now, motherfuckers. I get to see the sky in all its vastness. I know what it means to be free. And what this feeling is freedom. It is freedom from the pain, the self-sacrifice that cost me a piece of my soul, the lies, and the idea that pride rules all. The world is beautiful and entertaining and wonderful and filled with people with their own stories, like a reverse Fahrenheit 451. And they and the world are beautiful. As I entered the park, I was immediately approached by a psychic Swami scammer. He told me that 2023 was a difficult year for me, as well as 2024. He then said that 2025 is getting better, and by the end of the year, I will be happy. That is such a lovely thought. And when he asked for a donation, I gave him $5. He was, after all, a human. He then had me pick a series of numbers, and he guided me in choosing one. Dude, my grandfather taught me a card trick that is based off of that. I know what you did there. I ignored my temptation to explain this to him and show him the card trick, merely for the fact that I didn't have a deck of cards on me. When he asked for another donation, I politely declined. Then he went on repeat, asking for donations, and I said, "Sir, I am a very broken woman. I have given you what I could. I hope you have a great day and a nice life." He walked off and out of the park, and I returned to my task of smoking a cigarette. I did have the goal of smoking a blunt in Central Park, and that goal was met. Celebrate the little victories, or just be stoned by them. Also, Mr. Hayes had gotten us some moon rocks from the big lit-up cannabis store in New York. I hate that I didn't go in, but that was for my safety. I may have never left. And the moon rocks? Well done, New York. Well done. I only wish I had more. The first task for me was to find the highest ground in the park, and I did. From here, I can get my bearings and take amazing pictures. My overall goal for the day was music. I wanted to hear music in Central Park. I came upon a violinist who played beautifully. I recorded a video. And as I was walking away from him, he was playing La Vie en Rose. Just perfect. Because if there is one thing I have learned, it's how to see life through rose-colored glasses. It was at this point that Mr. Hayes and I met up and ventured through the park together. This afforded me comfort to explore more. If there is one thing I love, it is a dark staircase or hallway leading off somewhere. And I am lucky that Mr. Hayes is the same. And when I say he found the most magical staircase, ladies, let me just say this: bathrooms. And after the bathroom, we continued down to a woman singing. If an angel and a mermaid and a siren made a baby, this would be her. She could easily be the reason why sailors crash their ships. I recorded her singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Check it out. Like an orgasm of the ears. Absolutely beautiful. We continued walking through the park and found an area filled with so much music, almost an alley of music, and I was happy and content. The cacophony and the drums and the flutes and even a lute was just magical. We then ventured to Brooklyn. There was a concert about to start there, and it was swimming with people, happy and in costumes. I will say my favorite costume of all night that I saw was on the subway. We were in a jam-packed subway car, and I fat girl squished myself into a corner seat with Mr. Hayes standing. I lean back and look over and see Papa Smurf. He mouths to me, "I'm Papa Smurf." And I mouth back, "I can tell." Let me explain. He was not painted blue, and he was the most perfect Papa Smurf. He looked like what AI would make when they do those fictional characters as humans. I mean, exactly like that. Down to the red cheeks and the blue sparkly eyes. Well done, sir. By Brooklyn, I was losing steam and patience and decided to go to bed. It was a great day. I was content, and I slept so fucking good.